Child marriages may seem like something that takes place in fanatic cults or even in third world countries, but a CBS 5 investigation found there are likely thousands of children who are married right here in Arizona.
And Chief Investigative Reporter Morgan Loew found an effort to end the practice may be hitting a brick wall at the state capitol.
I was a victim of it.
Flora Jessup was a child bride in the northern Arizona polygamous town of Colorado City.
I was 16. You know, it doesn't matter whether you cloak it with a marriage license. It is molestation. It is assault.
Her sister Ruby was just 14 when she was married.
I wanted to be a teenager. I wanted to finish school, be a part of my age group, and was never able to do that.
Flora ran away after 3 weeks, but it took Ruby 12 years to escape.
Did you feel like you were on an equal footing with your husband?
Absolutely not. I was very much under him.
Our investigation found this kind of thing doesn't just happen in places like Colorado City. In fact, a child is married once every 3 days here in Maricopa County, and it's perfectly legal.
Figures we obtained from the county courts show an average of 105 marriage licenses issued to minors every year. In 90% of the cases, it is the bride who is the child. We found men in their 30s and 40s marrying 16 and 17-year-old girls. The census estimates there are at least 1,700 kids married in Arizona at any given time.
This is not limited to one group, one culture, one religion. We can't point a finger at one group and say, it's just those weirdos.
Frady Reese is the founder of Unchained at Last, which helps girls escape from underage marriages across the country. She says at the very least, child marriage usually ends in divorce. At the worst, they're simply a cover for abuse and rape.
And because of the way the laws are written, these girls have almost no recourse. Even with our help, there's very little we can do to help them get out.
But there may be change on the horizon at the state capitol.
In my opinion, there's not enough benefit to continue to allow minors to get married.
Representative Michelle Ugenti-Rita sponsored a bill that would require both parties to a marriage to be at least 18. But
it has some opposition.
She says she's heard her bill is unlikely to get a hearing.
What does that mean for the success of a bill?
Not good. If it doesn't get a hearing, it cannot go through our process here and ultimately end up on the floor where the members can vote on it.
The Judiciary Committee is called to order.
Representative Eddie Farnsworth of Gilbert is the chairman of the committee where the bill is sitting.
We're here to ask you if you are going to schedule a hearing for the child marriage bill.
Don't know.
Don't know.
I have nothing to say about it.
What's the downside of at least scheduling a
I
hearing?
don't have anything to say about it. As I go through and look at bills, I consider which bills I think are good policy, and then that decision is made.
Farnsworth says he has lots of bills to look over. While we were there, his committee heard 5 of his own bills, including 2 hours of testimony over whether lawyers should have to join the state bar.
There's a lot of people out there that think this is a serious issue, and possibly more than think that having to join the state bar is an issue, and I'm not, denigrating that as being an important issue here.
Yeah. Well, that's a silly statement. So your comment is silly, and it has nothing to do with this process, and it is simply trying to elicit some kind of a response. So I've already answered the question.
It's not a silly issue to the child advocates.
These are girls marrying adult men.
The survivors of child marriage.
There is no justification for this. There is none.
Or the lawmaker who's sponsoring the bill that would end child marriage in Arizona once and for all.
This isn't about prohibiting anyone from getting married. Marriage is wonderful. It's simply about telling them, wait until you're 18.
Morgan Loew joining us now live. Morgan, what does the current state law say right now?
Children can get married in Arizona with the permission of a parent. If they're under the age of 16, they also need the permission of a judge.
So what are some of the arguments against this bill?
They're mostly religious arguments and some people who believe that if a child is pregnant, they should get married. Now, statistics show those marriages aren't successful. To see more of our exclusive CBS 5 investigations, head to azfamily.com. Click on the Sections tab and scroll down to the CBS 5 Investigates button.